And the winner is Dame Judy Dorian. This is Dame Judy Dorian's first nomination and first win.
Welcome to Ms. Mojo. And today we're counting down our picks for the unscripted Scrubs moments that were kept in the show.
Neil Flynn, who played the janitor, he's a hilarious improv comedian and a genius, funny person.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most notable lines, moments, characters, and running gags that this show's writers might not have planned, but were too good not to include in the final cut. Are you aware of any other unscripted Scrubs moments? Let us know in the comments. Number 7, Todd's last name. Pop quiz. What's Todd's last name?
Dr. Quinlan and I had to discuss something that has absolutely nothing to do with anything that's happening up in here. So, you were right, and okay.
If you said Quinlan, you might be a Scrubs superfan. After all, Todd doesn't always seem to know.
Someone persuasive, forceful, sensitive. If only my Dom could talk. Hey, I bet he'd listen to you.
Rumor has it that, in a roundabout way, it was the fans who chose this family name for the high-five-loving surgeon. As the story goes, viewers once spotted the name on his ID and assumed that it was his family name.
Jumbo coffee for Todd?
Everything's jumbo on the Todd.
Once the idea caught steam, the writers decided to jump on board and make it official. Although we'd easily believe Todd randomly picked up any badge.
So I can gain immediate hemostatic control doesn't mean I think too much. Plus, what if I
Dum 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 shiny scalpel. Dum 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 gonna slice him up.
Still, we offer the writers the highest of high fives for seemingly going along with this fan theory. Number 6, the extras who got promoted. When Manly Henry, Bob Bencomo, and Jeff Stevenson were hired as extras on Scrubs, they probably thought they had a pretty good deal.
If you even occasionally get to make someone, anyone, feel a little better. After that, it's all about the people that you let into your life. And as my mind drifted to faces I've seen here before,
Wear white coats, walk around in the background, and play doctor. However, they soon became almost as synonymous with the show as the main cast, and were promoted.
Colonel Doctor loving those new frames.
oh, Snoop Dogg attending! Where my hose at? Oh, hey, what are you doing to that thing? It's fluffy. You wanna, rub my fingers?
Fans came to know them as Snoop Dogg attending, Colonel Doctor, and Dr. Beardface.
Beardface, what do you say?
It's Beardface! Why do you people insist on calling me Beardface?
Over time, we saw more of these Sacred Heart team members, and even watched Snoop Dogg attending find love. If a Scrubs reboot never happens, we'd happily catch up with these 3 iconic characters instead. Number 5, Sam Dorian has an accident. As you probably recall, the phenomenal late comedy giant John Ritter played JD's dad Sam in the show's first 2 seasons. When we first meet him in season 1, we quickly learn that he has a pretty juvenile streak.
You guys have a policy on farting?
Oh, let her rip.
Fire in the hole.
Oh my God, Dad!
Count it!
That was a nice moment.
He even brings out the classic pull my finger gag. Despite his exasperation over his father's childish antics, JD plays along.
Pull my finger.
I'm not gonna pull your finger.
Pull my finger. See what happens. I pooed a little.
Sam's impromptu response to the age-old prank surprised us all, Zach Braff included. Apparently, the actor had to try his hardest to maintain his composure. Ritter was set to become a recurring character, but was sadly taken from us too soon. Still, with hilarious ad-libs like these, his legacy lives on.
Who's your dad?
Number 4, Zach Braff reacts to Elliot's screech. Elliot Reed can be very expressive when she gets animated.
Can you believe that? I mean, every time we even try to talk to him, he starts going off on all these random tangents and monologues. And he keeps cutting with his nicknames. And I don't understand what he's saying half the time, you know? That's what he's doing, you know?
This is especially true when she's angry and her voice rises several octaves. In this episode, she tries to crack some jokes which appear pretty antiquated to anyone well-versed in classic TV comedies.
Guys, I got a good one. Is it me, or does
Somebody needs to switch to decaf. Lay off of Elliot. She doesn't watch as much old TV as we do.
When the others reach the punchline before her, she screams back in frustration. Only her voice gets so piercing that it's surprising the human ear can still hear her.
You actually stood up for me. But now I'm forced to ask.
Who are you and what have you done with Turk?
Stop finishing my awesome joke!
Oh my god.
Apparently, no one expected her voice to get so high, and Braff's reaction was reportedly genuine. Is that a hint of a smirk we see on his face right before the opening titles appear? We would have started laughing instantly. Number 3, calling JD girls' names. One of the show's long-running gags is how Dr. Cox insists on belittling JD by calling him typically female names.
So now that is why I call you names like Carol, Jane, and Sue, like Moesha, Kim, and Lillian, Suzanne, and Betty Lou. See, regardless of the names I pick, my feelings are quite clear. You're a pain in every day of every month of every year.
Actor John C. McGinley revealed to the Huffington Post that this unscripted inclusion started as an inside joke between him and his friend John Cusack. He then decided to try it out in the first episode. Creator Bill Lawrence liked it so much that he told him to keep doing it, and it became part of his character.
Come on, let me have a little fun.
All right, Clara. You can go ahead and order yourself a Cosmopolitan. We'll just grab cab home.
Cusack isn't the only Hollywood legend who influenced Dr. Cox's character either. You know how he often rubs his nose before crossing his arms when he's mad?
Okay, newbie. I'm now going to give you an opportunity to get the hell out of here before I grab you by your ankles and redecorate Franklin's lab.
That's reportedly a nod to Johnny Kelly Hooker, the character played by Robert Redford in The Sting. Number 2, Eagle. Any Scrubs fan lifted off the ground and spun around is compelled to yell gleefully.
Eagle!
Indeed, it became one of the show's most memorable recurring jokes. But did you know that it all began with an impromptu ad-lib from Zach Braff?
Today was the 5th anniversary of the time Turk and I met David Caruso on a Ferris wheel. Usually to celebrate, Turk would lift me in the air while I straddled him and yelled, "Eagle!"
In the season 1 episode, My Hero, Jordan's brother Ben insists on throwing JD over his shoulder and spinning him around. At first, he's reluctant, but he quickly starts to enjoy the ride and asserts his first of many eagles.
Stop, Ben. Put me down.
Faster! Eagle!
Were it not for Braff himself, we never would have gotten the iconic line. After that, we often saw Turk take on Eagle duty.
Eagle! Eagle!
Are these two doctors? I'm afraid so.
Never! Stop! Spinning me! Eagle! Woo!
According to Donald Faison, Braff also came up with his odd yet endearing Chocolate Bear nickname.
A love unspecified, though I'm proud to call you Chocolate Bear. The crowd will always talk and stare.
Talk about guy love.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, a lot of what the janitor said.
So how's married life?
You have to make compromises. Like my wife's allergic to raccoons, so I had to throw out my comforter.
Aside from the main gang, there was perhaps no funnier or more memorable character than Sacred Heart's janitor. The kooky custodian often shared the wackiest quips, anecdotes, and jokes, and we have seasoned improviser Neil Flynn to thank for that.
Okay, I still want to refer you to a dermatologist, but it looks benign to me.
Benign and a half.
The actor was so funny that the writers happily let him ad-lib to his heart's content. In some cases, scripts would leave a spot for him to say whatever he wanted, because they knew he'd produce pure comedy gold.
Because the writers, it would be like midnight, and they'd be like, I don't know, whatever we're going to say, he's going to beat anyway, so just have him come up with a punchline. It would say like parentheses, Neil makes up something funny here.
As Flynn jokingly shared, they could still take the credit. Needless to say, he would certainly keep his castmates on their toes. Indeed, his interactions with JD are among the show's highlights.
Stop confusing me by being nice and giving me phones.
Fine! Why did you have to trip me?
Let me answer that question with another question, because I wanted to.
There was never a dull moment when the janitor was around.
By M. Night Shyamalan?
It's M. Night. You don't say M. Night. It's M. Night, no M.
No, it's M. Like Thomas Howell or Murray Abraham.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from Ms. Mojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.